as we have a four-way battle. Mr. Beast Diva takes this race in style with 20 seconds to spare to the next car.
Goes through.
Oh, knee, no! That's a crash, that's a big crash.
Oh, knee! I think he made a mistake there, as he is now, I think, well behind Chris.
And I just want to say they're still going at it side by side as Mr. Knee potentially loses a bit of time.
As we can see on Chris's onboard, he is right behind Knee, and I think that will stay. Oh, he makes a huge mistake there.
Now, Motel has overtaken Chris, though, through the Mercedes Stadium. The Knee! Oh, massive mistake by the Knee! Oh, he did not lose. Yeah, he did not lose his front wing, but that means that Chris has caught up to him. Are they both going to go into the pits? Any one of them? No. So, Knee has lost the lead in just a tenth of a second. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PA Community Championship. And as always, if you're here first, you can compete first and you can join. No signups required. 2023 cars only, as always. And as always, you're competing for a 5,000 Robux prize pool this time around as well in Zandvoort. So round 5 here in Zandvoort. This is a very bumpy place, and we're gonna see lots of people get thrown out of this race just because of those bumps. And here with me to get you through all of it is Mr. G-Force.
Hello everyone, it is the G-Force here, and I'm excited for this race. Zandvoort, or a nice track, a lot of bumps, great to see what will happen today.
I wouldn't really call it nice for the drivers, but I guess we'll see.
Nice for us to watch.
Nice for us to watch for sure, yeah. Well, so yeah, we are into here. You guys can start joining with the link in the description. Sorry, not the description. It's kind of pinned, I think. Yeah. So start joining up, and we'll go from there. Obviously, we're gonna have a qualifying session to begin with. How much should that be? I think 15 minutes is an okay time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's have it at 15. No, not 5, 15 minutes. Okay, nope, never mind. 15 now? Is it now? Okay, there we go. So, 15 minutes of qualifying is go. Start joining up through the description, as we said. And not the description, sorry, the live chat. Oh my, okay, I'm messing this up. GeForce, help out here, bro. Help out here.
Yep. Well, the link is in the pinned message, I'm assuming.
Yes. There we go.
Yep, the pinned message. And yes, so basically we have 15 minutes here to set a qualifying lap around Zandvoort. Predictions on who will do well. Obviously, Neat is here. I'm not sure if Chris is going to attend today. I think Zaster sent a little donation there if you wanna.
Oh, absolutely amazing. 2 Australian dollars. Absolutely appreciated, Zasters. Also, thanks for becoming a member, bro. I absolutely appreciate it. I don't know about the predictions, but what I can guarantee you is that... Oh, no, never mind. Wrong graphic. What I can guarantee you is that we have the standings of the previous race out here, so we can review them if we wanted to. So, first is Nee, who's currently out on track. He's actually leading the championship by 2 points. So, if Chris attends this race... And I think he has. I think he's in P4 right now, and he will be setting his first couple of laps in just a bit. But if Chris finishes ahead of Nee in any kind of position, then I think that he will be leading the championship after Netherlands. Now, there's also 3 more rounds left after this, so you guys... So the leaders of the championship really need to start focusing up, because there is not going to be too much of an opportunity left if they screw up in any of those races that are remaining. Now, who do you think is going to claim this championship? So far, GeForce, we've seen Nee mess up in a lot of races. I don't think that he has the consistency to win this championship, but do you think he will be able to?
I mean, if you look at his finishes from these last 4 races, you can see he's got 4 podiums, 100% podium finish rate, and 3 P2s and 1 P3. So obviously he is very consistent with his finishing place. But also Chris, he's also had 2 wins, something Nee hasn't been able to do, which is also going to be a big factor, because a difference from P1 and P2 is much bigger than a difference from P2 to P3. So you're going to have to see if they can either get the wins or the or if like they have to settle for P2, which is the deciding factor for these next couple of races. Of course, Zandvoort being Chris's race, I think there's extra drive for him for to do well here.
Okay. Well, that's GeForce's opinion. We have all the cars out on track. Let's get up the second feed so you guys can see the times as well, if it really wants to work. There we go. Um, the times should appear in just a little bit, as I plan on actually fixing that and having it to work, if it wants to work, that is. Let's see. Here we go. Boom. Nope, doesn't still want to work. All right, give it a bit of time. It's probably going to work soon. Yeah, so we are in the Netherlands qualifying. There is 12 minutes still to go. We have Nee currently on provisional pole, as you can see right now. So he was able to set a valid lap, not like some other Grand Prix, like Silverstone, for example, where he wasn't able to do anything. So I'm happy to see that. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is already looking a lot more competitive compared to our last couple of races. With Gonzalez in P2, he's been doing, like he's been there for the past couple of races, which doesn't seem quite nice. But yeah, he's been doing something at least, and now it's starting to pay off. As he's now currently in P2, Chris down in P7, yet to set a fast lap. But as you see on that second screen there, he has two purple sectors, another purple sector going into another lap as well. He is the Dutch demon, as I'm calling him today, the Dutch man. He's rounding that very long right hander, then into these these three consecutive right hands into that long one, into that mini straight. He needs to get a good exit off this corner if he wants to have a good top speed with the DRS as long there as well, as he goes into the braking zone. Green second sector, which is obviously not what he desired, but is what he got. And it might have been close enough to the purple sector where it's negligible anyways, as he's rounding the final corners as well. Maybe a bit wider than he would have wanted, but on the final straight, we're going to see what lap time he gets, and it's going to be P1, of course,
Of
with
course.
three tenths ahead of Nee, showing him again that he is, just that ahead of him in terms of levels in qualifying.
Absolutely. So Chris is on provisional pole, but not by much, should I say so myself. As we can see, there is, what, 3 tenths in between them? Oh, as Gonzandres has a massive moment. He has to reset there as we're watching Ratapato on our screens. But yeah, so Chris is on the provisional pole position. I'm sure that if Nee gets a little bit more pace out of the car, we can see a fight for the lead. As I had the DRS graphic on, which shouldn't have been there, but okay. Um, but yeah, Ratapato is now going on that mini straight as well. He's going to open the DRS. Now is when the graphic should show up, and it shows up, and he's going to be closing it right now, going through that braking zone, and he's going to be going onto that slight curvature if he hasn't invalidated. That is, as we see a few cars, going in reverse to not lose too much amount of time on their outlap, which you're totally allowed to do, I suppose. But Rata going through the final corner, he's going to open his DRS as well. Does he get the fastest? I'm not sure that he will, but yeah, he doesn't even improve. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, that is disappointing for Rata in P5 as he's hoping to achieve a podium finish. But yeah, also I've never seen this name before, Beast either one. I think he's a newcomer
He's
to
a
the
newcomer. Huh?
Roar. I don't remember. I haven't seen him
Oh, he has a
personally.
massive moment. Massive moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ooh, yeah, massive moment. But correct me if I'm wrong, if he is new or not. But yeah, I haven't seen him in any of the races actually. So yeah, considering he's in P3, only 8 tenths behind Nee, but very, very well done. I feel like your laughing made me feel very insecure there.
Nah, what's it called? I haven't ever seen Beastiva in any type of race, not even on Zach's streams. Nowhere. This is the first time I actually have an encounter with Beastiva, and hopefully he can pleasantly surprise me. Hopefully he's not cheating, because this is the first time I've ever seen him anywhere on Project Apex. Just like UG Force, but he's going through the final corner, and he's gonna be opening his DRS onto turn one. Let's see if he resets. I don't think he does. Heading straight into turn one. Better get a good exit. Yep, there we go, onto the curbs. That's the way you want to take that corner. Now going into this. Oh, Massive moment, almost lost his reel, but he kept it on track, thankfully. Now going to the most bumpy section of the track, which is that slight right downhill, right after this corner, that is. So here we go. Does he have a moment through here? No. It looks solid. There we go.
Yep, as he continues down his lap, he is going through the second sector now, the more technical sector, as he tries to go. He was very close to the curb there. That was really good, unless he might have invalidated there. So it's good to see that he's on the edge of his lap as he goes onto the DRS straight now, trying to get that maximum speed possible, going into the braking zone. He does set a yellow sector, but it's not a bad sector by any means as he goes through the couple corners. Oh, you see there, Martin losing his front wing probably there. He's also going to round up to finish his lap and to see what he gets. He is going to get along the finish straight.
Yeah, it doesn't improve.
Doesn't improve at all. No,
But
that
who
is
has improved
unfortunate.
Mr. GeForce is Mr. Ratapato, who's up into third. That is some amazing pace by Ratapato, and hopefully he keeps that pace through the race. I really want to see Ratapato succeed. Obviously, I'm kind of biased towards him. He's a good friend of mine, so hopefully he gets a podium this time around. I think he also deserves it. I mean, he has had a lot of heartbreak through the last couple of races. GeForce, you weren't in Mexico, but he was very, very quick in the first couple of laps, and then he just lost pace. He made mistakes. He went on the wrong tire compound, which was the medium, and he got a very, very hard lesson taught to never ever go for mediums in Project Apex.
Yeah, I mean, I was told that at the second round, and that is very evident as I've seen through these couple of races. But yeah, my bias is Chris, who's my personal friend, so it's a lot easier for me to see how he's, winning these races and doing a fantastic job in these Project Apex races. He is one of the fastest drivers that I know, and it's great to see that his hard work is paying off, especially in this championship, as he is in a tight battle with Nee, who's just 2 points ahead of him, barely meaning anything, but potentially, if he doesn't perform at the top level and they're exchanging P1 and P2 every race, it could be that very difference that decides the championship between those two. So it'll be interesting to see in these last couple of races to see who will come out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be a great fight for the championship as well. I mean, we have a lot of competitive people in this championship, and they're still on it. DRS for Nee. And does he improve? I don't think he does. Maybe he starts his new lap right now. I guess we'll have to see. But he does get a good exit. Not too bad at all. Does he invalidate? I don't think so. Through this corner right here. This is my favorite corner of Zandvoort, actually. And he takes a high line through there. You can take two lines through there. You can take the low line and get a better exit. You can take the high line, which basically allows you to keep a bit more speed through the corner, but you get a worse exit out of it. Asni does not get caught out by any bumps in that corner. Asni said, by the way, in my Discord chat, which you guys should absolutely join, link is in the description, he did say that this is a luck-based circuit, so we'll have to wait and see what happens as he has a moment on the exit of that turn. Does he get any quicker this sector? We'll have to wait and see. As he rounds up the final few corners. Again, a bit of a loss of the rear, that corner. I don't know if that's going to be any quicker for Nee this time around. Going through the final corner. And he's going to be opening his DRS in just a little bit. Right now. And he's going to be crossing the line. Yeah, he doesn't improve, unfortunately.
Yep, that is super disappointing for Nee as he has 3 minutes 45 seconds left in the session to set a faster lap time than Chris. But yeah, the field is getting really close as we have, new drivers as well coming into this race, like Poco Naldo, a definitely fast driver in Project Apex, who is sure to upset some of the leaderboard. But Chris, I think he's coming on his lap now. He is trying to maybe
Nope.
set a fast lap time. Nope, I'm incorrect. And Nee, he's going around these couple of corners, might be an outlap, probably is outlap as he goes off wide there. But to answer his question, is this a luck-based
Circuit,
track?
Mr. GeForce, yeah.
Sorry, I've been too confused with everything.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, there's definitely a lot of bumps, but also there
Massive
is
moment for Nee.
precautions to
Sorry,
avoid
continue.
those bumps as well.
Yeah.
So it's not 100% luck based, but sure, it can decide a lot.
Yeah. Exactly. For me, it would be like 70% luck based. I mean, it's probably the most bumpiest track on PA by a while, by a long, long gap. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens to the race. Because if you have good tires, the bumps don't catch you out as much as when you have bad tires. And through this championship, we've only seen the leaders of the races, the ones who won it. They only go for a one stopper, which is soft. And in the end of that soft tire compound, we're gonna see lots and lots of mistakes being made in this race, and I just can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I also think that's these bumps do have like a lot of havoc in them as well. But as we steer away from that and into the actual qualifying, we have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes to set a good lap time to go up in the leaderboard. You have a very tight battle for P3 there, just separated from P3 to P6 by 4 tenths. And these, you can see that people are jumping. Roof jumps up to P7 with that lap time 1:10.099, beating Seth, Willie, and those other guys. But there's also two people yet to set a lap. They could also have a chance at setting one of the really fast top lap times. They could settle down into the bottom midfield, where they place. We'll have to see depending on how good the lap is. Chris is on a second purple sector. He is very rapid this lap. First sector has been a yellow sector though, so we're gonna have to see if he manages to cancel it out with this final last sector going around the banking. He is on the final straight, using all of that ERS and DRS to get the maximum out of his lap, and he does
Not
does
improve.
improve? No, he does
I
not
don't think he
improve,
does.
unfortunately. He's had two purple sectors there, but that first sector must have been absolutely abysmal to not improve there, which is really unfortunate for him. But it also gives Lee a chance. 42 seconds left. He's one man with a goal to set the fastest lap time of this session. There's others around him. He's not worried by them. He's just worried about finishing ahead of Chris. As he's round these final couple of corners to Marcus out that 28 seconds left on the clock, he is going around to set that final lap time, which could decide whether he starts in P1, P2, and that difference could mean a lot into the coming race. Starting his lap now as we are on board riding with him into the first corner. He goes nice and close to the corner, extending as much as he can onto the curb. Then on on the very extremes of the lap, he takes the middle line throughout that widely banked corner as he goes onto this first corner, first straight. Now you could call it. He is on a yellow first sector, but there is still time to be found in the lap time as he goes through that right, very long corner and into this technical sector again. He goes very close to the curbs there. Might have extended out of there. We don't know whether he's invalidated or not. We're gonna have to see when he checks when he crosses the sector lines, but he's on that sector straight. He does not invalidate, but it's also like very unfortunate for him. He gets this yellow second sector as he is through this last sector now. He needs a perfect lap time, but he's
Ay,
not
ay,
gonna
ay,
get it.
massive, massive moment on the exit. I don't think. Oh, yet another moment. Oh, he crashes and he flips. What
That's
about that?
that's super unfortunate for Nee, crashing out on the most important lap of this his qualifying session, just to be ruined and sodden by a P2 finish.
Absolutely ruined for Mr. Nee there, and that is so unfortunate. What isn't unfortunate is this new feature that we have prepared for you guys, and it's really nice, if you ask me. It is, ladies and gentlemen, if it decides to work. By the
Bum
way,
bum
start heading to the
bum
grid,
bum 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 bum. Little drum roll.
because y-
Dun, 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 dun,
yeah,
dun,
it doesn't want to work
dun,
currently, but I will make it work. Don't worry about it.
dun, dun,
Just go to the grid, start finding your positions, just exactly as the leaderboard says, please. Do not mix them up. Do not do crazy stuff. You guys know what I mean. So, yeah. Um, so yeah, I made it work, and you guys will be able to see it on your screens in just a little while, hopefully. And yeah, welcome replays to the to the Project Apex Community Championship, as we're seeing what mistakes Nih made. So as you can see, Nih is heading through the final corner and he runs wide, which means he goes on the gravel, he loses a bit of traction, and then onto this curb he gets a bump and he flips on the barriers. That is really, really unfortunate for Nih. But yeah, we gotta move on to the race. We gotta do it. So, yep, that's that.
Yep. New replays feature, very exciting. You mean it's very what's it called? It's going to be exciting to see replay of the moments where drivers make mistakes. As we see everyone lovely on the grid. We have so many Red Bulls. I hate you all, Red Bull fans. But as we yeah, that is a sorry sight. But before we start the race in Zandvoort, make sure to subscribe to Row Arthur and also join the Discord. It's been a very eventful, couple of races. So you should repay the entertainment by subscribing and joining the Discord.
What a nice way to tell them to join our Discord server. Absolutely appreciate it. Can we just get a W for GeForce in the chat? He's just doing God's work for us right here. And we absolutely appreciate GeForce as well. As we have the final car lining up on the grid. What is he doing? He's finding himself his grid position. There we go. And I think we are all ready to go. Oh, no, never mind. There's another car. Here we go. Let's let him line up. Did he get damage from that? Okay, no, thank God. Who's that with the Ferrari? Is that Beast? It is Beast. Okay, so he changed teams mid-qualifying. All right, there you go. Right, so race is on, isn't it? I think it is. How many laps should it be is the question.
So the qualifying, the fastest lap time was 1 minute 8
106.
seconds. It
It
was
was
oh, well, it was 6. Yeah, I think it was 6. Yeah,
24?
I think 24 would be decent. Yeah.
24 would be decent. Okay. Well, let's go ahead, start the lights, and ladies and gentlemen, this is the PA community chat. No, it messed up the camera again. Come on, man. All right, well, it's lights out, and away we go. Chris gets a better start than everybody else, just like always. Nih is right behind him from what the leaderboard says, just 4/10 behind, which is absolutely insane since they've only been through just a couple of corners right now. But it looks like Chris is making a gap on them already, which is not something that Nih will be wanting to see. Although he's overtaken by Gons in the start of the race, maybe he makes a couple of mistakes, maybe they both make a couple of mistakes and give Bistiva the second place that they're all fighting for. However, way back in the lead, yeah, we have Beastiva in P4, P5, Ratapato, Leon, and Sassy are fighting for it. They're giving it a very, very, very nice fight. P8 is Ruthless, P9 is Dest. In P10, we have Black Moon Killer, Arse, Seth, Indu, and Muhammad. Unfortunately, Poco did not start the race. I think he had a few technical issues, but we're back to the lead as we have Gons and Chris fighting for it. Who's going to get the better exit? Who's going to get the DRS? Is it going to be Chris or is it going to be Gons? We're going to see in this straight who does get the DRS. I think it's Gons.
Yep, Gons gets the DRS and he is going behind Knee. No, Chris, as Knee drops down to P4, actually, he's had a horror of a start there.
Oh, but massive moment for Gons. Oh, no, thankfully he doesn't get damaged, but Gons really messes up on that corner. I think that was a bump, and he has lost a lot of time, and I think that has allowed Beast to get up into second. Yeah, so he's right behind Chris. Hopefully he can set a few blistering laps and stay with him. Oh, yeah, another mistake! No, who's that? That's Ratapato. Oh, come on! What an eventful few laps. But as you can see, as we said in qualifying, it's gonna catch a lot of drivers out. As there's a Red Bull who lost their rear wing. Who's that about? Is it Leon? That's Leon. Yeah. So he has lost his rear wing. That's an eventful couple of laps, if you ask me.
Yeah, and as we see the top three, it's really good to see, refreshing to see new people instead of just Chris and Nee fighting for the lead. As this luck has also brought a bit of action into the racing experience, as we have Chris a second ahead of Beastiva, but Beastiva has the DRS and he is catching on Chris. He is 9/10 behind going into the first corner, and he is just going to be gaining on him throughout this lap. Gonzalez has managed to catch up slightly. So is Nee. They're going to be using each other as DRS to try and and catch up to Beastivar, and I think we're going to start a train to try and catch the Chris of the person in the lead. As he goes through the bank corner, he needs to maintain this lead a second ahead so he doesn't give them DRS. But it's going to be difficult as this track has a lot of bumps and luck. So it could be virtuous to him, or it could be bad to him.
Yeah. But yeah, so far it's been really, really eventful, and it's great to see that we have lots of people in this lobby. The what's it called? The previous few races they were kind of lacking of people, but here we have a very, very competitive field, and we do expect lots and lots of fights to still occur in this race. Nothing has ended until the checkered flag has fallen, and we have seen it in the past couple of races. Nee has lost the lead in just a few tenths. Chris has lost the lead. They have switched places every single race, and every single race, someone new could get that race win. But who is it going to be? Is it going to be Chris? Is it going to be Beast? Is it going to be Nee? Or maybe Gons even, who had that crucial incident that maybe, just maybe, took him out of the podium contention?
Yep, that is really unfortunate. That one moment for him could have costed him that sweet, sweet podium finish. As I think he has not received, as we might take a look back at the standings, but yeah, he hasn't managed to receive a podium finish, which is really unfortunate to him. But this new guy, Beastivar, can he get a podium? And potentially ahead of Gonzadres if before he does. I mean, he has also shown he is bristling pace. Hopefully, he's not hacking. We'll have to pray that he's not. But he's really fast, and which is a good sight to see, as he is going to be a challenger to Chris. But it could be too late, as we only have 4 races left to go, which might have already mean that he is not going to get a win the championship, which is unfortunate, as we see a
Who's
Aston
that?
Martin
Who's that?
stopped on the track. We
Uh,
have no idea who that
that is
is.
Mohammed
Mohammed.
Ahmed. Yeah. It's a new guy. He hasn't scored any points. He's probably not within the championship contention, but that's still quite sad to see. He's stuck on the straight, so he'll probably retire in just a few moments, and we just wait to see about that. However, moving on. Yeah, so back to the lead. They haven't made any big mistakes so far from what I've seen. Although Nee has caught back up to Beast as he gets better lines through the corners, better exits, and I don't know. Can he overtake through this final sector as he gets the DRS? But Beast also has DRS because of Chris, who's right ahead of him. Who's going to be ahead as they're side by side, Nee and Beastiva, the new guy, as we said. But through the final corner, who's going to get the better exit? Who's going to get the DRS? As their fighting has kind of costed them a little bit because Chris has run away. He has 1.2 seconds of a gap to the people behind. But Nee gets the DRS. Does he get the job done? Into turn 1, we're gonna have to wait and see. No, Vistiva takes second place to turn 1, but Nee is still quite close as they're side by side, equal pace, equal cars. They're going through my final corner here in Zandvoort. Nee takes the high line. Not Gons, sorry, Beast takes the low line. Who's gonna get in front? It looks like it's gonna be Beast.
Yeah, they've been having a very incredible battle. But you also think about this battle in the
Oh no! No, Beast is out! No, he's not out, but he has had a massive mistake, and that surely has costed him the second place fight with Nee. And the eventful race still hasn't gotten uneventful as Beast is. I'm so sorry to say this, Beast, but come on, dude. You could have done better.
Yep, it's going to be an early pit stop for Beast, as he's had a very serious mistake there. That was one of the biggest crashes I've seen so far. As it shows his new experience. I was thinking of a nickname to call him, but now I don't think he's even worthy of a nickname, as he has to pit now for new tires
Damn
for
it.
in lap 7. 17 laps to go. I don't think he's going to make them last, so he has to change his strategy to a 2-stop, most likely. Such a sorry sight. The Ferrari, he was doing so well. He was beating Gons. I think he's still continuing though. Maybe he doesn't have to pit. I thought I saw some debris flying off his car there, but maybe I'm wrong. As Chris, we see he is 1.8 seconds ahead of Nee. He is outside of that DRS range. He does not have to worry about him catching up to that. But he also has to worry about keeping consistent. And yeah, as the the
No,
replay
no, 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 no.
is.
It's not out yet. We're watching the live feed. What are you watching? Oh, you're watching the replay. Oh, oops. Wait. Let's. Sorry, guys. A few technical difficulties. We'll get back to it. I
Yeah,
promise.
yeah. We're
Does
watching
this
the
work?
race here.
It does not
Uh,
work. Shit. Well, um, let's get out of here, I guess. Sorry for that, GeForce, but you're back into action, I believe.
yeah. Oh yeah, we have knee here. He is still 1.8 seconds. Actually, it looks like he's closed up a little bit. Yeah, as he has the DRS. He's even though he's only 1.4 seconds behind. I don't know what's the problem with that, but yeah, he has the DRS. He managed to catch up slightly to Chris. Definitely not going to be happy about that with that technical difficulty from Project Afect. There, we're not the
Yeah,
only ones messed up.
exactly.
As they're going through this, I don't really know what to call it, a couple of corners or a straight, but I'm going to be assuming it's a straight as we go into the long right hander. As Chris there, he is on the edge there, but so is Nee. They're both pushing themselves each other to the limit to try and get the maximum out of their cars. It's really beautiful to see in a way, and they are going really ahead of the field. I was talking about how it was refreshing to see everyone's fighting for the lead again, but those mistakes and everything. Now, Nee, 5 seconds clear of P3, so it's really separated between those two and the rest of the field, which is kind of yeah, beautiful in a way, as we have a nice midfield battle here between Seth, it's Leon and Arsenal. I'm gonna hopefully assume, as they are battling around each other, two Red Bulls and a Mercedes. You can see Seth trying to take a more wider line there, but fails to, as they are now on the straight. He does they all get the DRS. I know I'm not
They
sure
all
about
did,
that,
yeah.
but yeah, they
However,
go through.
the Mercedes does not have a front wing, does he? He does not.
Does How is he managing to keep? Okay, well, by the miracle of something, he is managing to keep up, and I don't. Will he pit? I'm not sure about that actually. As we are
Let's
looking,
check it out. No, he's not pitting.
wow,
That is
that's very
crazy.
interesting to say the least. As they go into another lap, but yeah, this Mercedes without a front wing is keeping up with these two Red Bulls, which is kind of beautiful in a way as well. Like, damn. But
Does the Red Bull not have a rear wing? Oh yeah, Leon did not have a rear wing. Yeah, so
oh,
Leon and the Mercedes probably had a lot of pace in them. However, they're both lacking one crucial part that generates a lot of downforce. The Mercedes is lacking a front wing. The Red Bull is lacking a rear wing. You could debate that the rear wing loses you more downforce, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
yeah, but this midfield battle is still interesting. I mean, they're managing to keep up without these crucial parts of their car. As we see on board here, he's running along with Leon as he tries to go into the corner, but he doesn't take a better line. He just instead takes the same line, and it's really not paying out for him. He needs to start alternating his line. But Leon goes onto the sand, the gravel, the sand there, as that's really going to lose him some lap time, but he is still ahead of Seth, the one with all the car parts, as the Mercedes pits. So it's just the Red Bulls now fighting for P6.
Yeah, so he's just pitted. Let's see if he gets a a new front wing. Sorry, excuse me. He's gonna be changing his tires. Yep, there's the new front wing. So now he can actually show his pace around Zandvoort. Did that lose him a lot of time? Potentially. Did that probably lose him a P5, a P4 finish? Most likely, but he's back out on track, and hopefully he can set a few blistering laps, get back up out to the top. However, as we speak of top, where's everybody? So Knee is 1 second behind. Nope, never mind. 4.5 seconds behind. As we switch to the leaders, I thought that we're gonna get a nice fight between Knee and Chris, but looks like Knee made a mistake, as he always does, unfortunately, and he's now 5 seconds behind the leader.
Maybe it's not luck, maybe it's a pattern, as he's had, I mean, 3 times in a row I've seen he's made crucial mistakes, which has, set him further and further apart from the lead. So if these mistakes, question, can he finally get that majestic race win, or will he become second to Chris? As he's more closer to, in my opinion, in skill, the skill gaps. Like, there's the rest of the field, there's Nee, and then there's just Chris at the top. He is absolutely just proved that he is the best so far from what we've seen in his every race. He's had an extra race on Chris, and he is only 2 points ahead. That just shows the levels between these two. Chris is one of the fastest drivers we've seen in this championship. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can even maintain this. Nee still has time to what's it called? Make sure that he does not
Oh, we have the
bottle.
pitter. We have a pitter. We have the first pitter of the race, and that's Chris. It's the leader. He's gonna go for the undercut, the knee pit. No, he doesn't. He's caught out by that. But now Chris is gonna have a massive, massive advantage with the new soft tire compound. As I said in the beginning of the race, G-Force, the tires when they're really old, the bumps they can easily catch you out. And in this case, they will not be catching Chris out as easily as they will be knee. However, Chris is now down into P3, I believe, maybe down into P4. Gons is up into second and knee up into first. But don't get me wrong, guys, they're not the leaders. They still have to pit.
Yep, as you said, the tires are going to be a lot worse with the bumps. So Nee still has a bunch of risks going into this lap where I'm sure he's going to pit. But this final sector could be potentially really what's called iffy for him if he does not manage to keep it clean through here. But he does manage to keep it clean through there. Just through this final corner now, decides whether he gets a little bit of a slider, but it's going to be all good as he heads into the pit lane, I'm sure.
Yep, he does.
Yep. Yep, he does. He does not bait us there, and he goes in to pit for the softs.
Gons
So,
as well follows him in.
Dons as well. So Chris will be retaking the lead from everyone, and he has those nice fresh tires to set. Hopefully, a bit of a gap, but also hopefully we want to see a bit more action. So Chris, make a mistake. Come on, make it more interesting.
As he does actually, he takes the low line and he meets a bump. However, that's nowhere near enough what Nia and Gonzalez would have hoped for. As I can't find Nia. There we go. Yeah, okay. I thought he made a massive mistake, but thankfully he hasn't. As the field has actually gotten a lot shorter than what we started with. A lot of people probably rage quitted because of how bad the bumps are in Zandvoort. We have at least what's that, 5, 6 quitters so far, so that's not great to see. They weren't in the points, so they don't really lose anything. Well, apart from P9 and P10, but that's a worry for them, not for us. But yeah.
Yeah. Yep, the very popular saying, never back down, never what? These people back down, which is really disappointing to see, as there is definitely a chance for you to get some decent points. You never know what's going to happen. It's very impossible to predict, especially around this circuit. Zandvoort is one of the most unpredictable circuits, but it also makes for some great races. As we see Beastivar, newcomer here, he had a very nice start of the race, dropped down, is now settling in P4 with one goal, and to get to which is to get to P3, beating Gonzalez, who was on track for a podium. So these two fighting for a podium set. Gonzalez, the one who's been chasing it throughout this entire championship, and Beastivar, the first one who's been, trying to make a solid debut for everyone to see that he's here, not just to play, but just to, also to win.
Yeah, exactly. And since the race has gotten a bit more chill now, let's actually confirm that by looking at the leaders for just a little bit. Yeah, as you can see, Chris is leading the way by a long while. And that rhymed as well, which is kind of crazy. But let me get you guys the replays that you all really want to see. Let's start off with the oldest replay that I have, which is this one with the Aston, probably. That was kind of, yeah, that was kind of set apart. Yeah. So there we go. Here's the replay. As you can see, we had an Aston Martin during lap 5 set out of the track. It was Muhammad Ahmed. So there we go. And then next up was don't get me wrong, guys. Excuse me. This is the first time using this system, and it's gonna take quite a bit of a while to get used to it. But this is the next replay that we have. It's Nee and Beastiva going at it side by side, as you can see, and this is where Beast. Or was that Gons? No, that was Beast. That's where Beast made his crucial mistake, and that probably has costed him his podium. As you can see, he just goes out of the track, and probably costed him the podium as he's now currently down into P4. Yeah, there you go. That's that.
Yeah, he was, up there P2, he was looking for a potential. I mean, this I say this with a lot of caution, but a potential race win there because he was only a second behind Chris, and Chris can make mistakes as we've seen in Silverstone and also in Turkey as well. But he doesn't make many mistakes, and he doesn't make, and they aren't big enough to make a huge impact as we see here.
Who's that?
5.5 seconds.
We had a retirement. That's Seth. Seth Woolley has crashed
Ah.
on the wall, and he has retired, unfortunately.
Yep,
Yep.
he is. He was one of those people fighting for that P6 there, but it doesn't look like he's gonna get it as he's crashed out. I think not everyone's crashed out there. I think some of them just, it's not all of them like gave up. Some of them just crashed out. I mean, Zandvoort was also a very difficult track to get used to, as it's very bumpy, a lot of difficult corners. So yeah, really disappointing to see Seth Woolley. He was doing well there, but now he is not. So yeah, that's really disappointing to see.
Yeah, unfortunate. Unfortunate by Seth Woolley, as I know he's really excited for these races and for him to DNF. It's not something you really want to see as we move through the race, and the field seems to have chilled out a little bit, and looks like we're gonna get our race finish in just a couple of laps time. Um, Not too much left to go, and around 8 laps probably. So yeah,
Yep, this race has flown by. Damn, 18 laps. Very what's it called? For the last couple of laps, it's been kind of chill. You can see those gaps there. Lots of difference between the drivers, as we have. I think what's it called? Rata and Beastivar pitting. Yeah.
they're
So
so close
there's a
to each
little
other.
bit of yeah, they have a little bit of action between each other as they enter out of the pits right now, as they go into the 17th lap, into that favorite corner of Arthur's and also mine. I love this corner so much. They go into that straight there. Rata has a bit of a catch-up job to do on Beastie. Maybe he's not going to get the podium, but at least he must get the P4 Beastie, huh? But Rata also the man with a plan from the start of the championship, as he's trying to get those good finishes. He's always been there. As we saw a bit of the front wing there, someone else's probably VC Var's old front wing, as he's pitted for a new one. But yeah, continuing from that there onto the straight, Rata gets the
He
DRS
doesn't.
off
He
it?
doesn't.
He doesn't.
That's
He
really
does not
unlucky.
get DRS of Beastivar as they go into the third sector. They've been managing to keep along with each other, so you can definitely see that this is a battle for the next couple of laps. 6 laps only, so there is not a lot of time for Rata to catch up to him as well. So this is definitely one of the key chances to get a P4 finish, as they are 20 seconds behind Gonzalez. I don't think they're gonna what's it called, make up any time to him anytime soon. So they're getting closer to each other. Rata, what's it called, taking those smoother lines compared to Beastivar. As he takes the lower line, they both take the lone line throughout that bank corner, trying to get a better exit for this straight as he is catching up to Beastivar. Very slightly, may I add, but definitely at a rate of something. 6 tenths behind, now 5 tenths. He is definitely making up that what's it called, position, as he is trying to take the wider exits as he can, trying to get as close to the curves as possible, while also not invalidating. Invalidating is a very key part of this, because you don't want to be too aggressive, or else you'll get flamed out. As they go onto this DRS straight, he gets very close up to him, but doesn't manage to do anything there. As they continue, it's going to be like this for a couple more laps, so we're going to see how that pans out.
But finally, Ratapato does get the DRS. Finally, Project Apex works well for him as they head into the main straight. Does he get the DRS again? We'll have to find out in just a little bit. He does not. So Project Apex, I guess, doesn't really like giving people who are close to each other DRS, but likes keep giving it to people that aren't close to each other. I don't know what's happening, but they're going at it side by side. I thought that was a DNF, but thankfully no, it was just a tire glitch as Ratapato is really, really caught up in this fight with Beast, and I'm really, really excited to see how this is going to pan out. Hopefully, not with a heartbreak for any of those two drivers, as they're both really, really good. Oh, yep, both of those drivers actually, both of those
What?
drivers. What is this
That's
commentator's
insane.
curse, bro?
That is insane. Both of them spin out at the exact same time. They are so in sync. What the hell?
That was
As they
crazy.
are, they're both going through that corner, and it's both Okay. Yeah, but they continue on their fight. I think Rata is closer or ahead of. Yeah, he's ahead of
He's
him now.
ahead.
My apologies. As he has made that gap, he's finally managed to overtake him, albeit very bizarrely, but he's managed to overtake him
On
as he
skates.
goes through these final four corners into the 20s of the laps as well. Nia and Gonzalez are also very close to each other, so we also have a battle for P2 potentially. Can Nia drop down to P3? Can Gonzalez get a P2 finish? We're gonna have to see as he's, gonna get his first podium in this championship, which is very lovely to see. But also, can he get those extra 3 points that might mean more to him in the championship? Maybe catching up to Knee potentially in these final couple of races. We're going to have to see. But Beastie the newcomer, showing his ability to make mistakes. He is very prone to making those, as he's now settled in P5 behind Rata,
Ooh,
the
this is
man.
interesting. Sorry to cut you there, but Chris is going for yet another stop. Does Nee follow in? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
As Chris goes for a two-stopper, I think he has the gap to do it, and if that's gonna make sure that he wins, I'm sure that he should take it, and he has. So Nee has the DRS. However, is he ahead of Chris? No. So Chris has also gotten a new set of tires for him. That just shows you how blisteringly fast this driver is.
Yeah, I think he's going to go for a fast lap to secure his position at the top of this race. A grand slam for him, qualifying fastest lap. And oh, he makes a huge mistake there, sliding very violently there. Those new tires maybe not working for him as well as he expected. Maybe not giving him as much grip as he expected as well, as he's much closer to knee. That's showboating. That was a bit of showboating in my opinion. Come on, like who pits for tires on? Oh, knee also makes a mistake there.
Oh,
So everyone's making mistakes.
he
He
does
does
have the
very.
DRS. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, he does somehow manage to have the DRS. Project Apex has been
Oh,
very
Gons is
weird.
caught up though. Gons is right there. He's right there.
Yep, Gonzalez very close to Knee. He's also going to be fighting for that P2. So Knee is not just looking forward, he's also looking backwards. As Gonzalez is, he's focused. He is a man on the mission, and the mission is to beat Knee. But he's quite behind him. He's going to have to make up a lot of ground if he wants a chance at that. But he has. I mean, well, also Knee had the DRS there, of course, being very weird. But Chris in the lead. He's trying to set a fastest lap now, trying to get those purple sectors to see if he can get that fastest lap. Yep. And we have Knee very close behind him as well. So, he's 5 seconds behind him as the leaderboard says, but it looks a lot closer than that in my opinion on the actual screen. But yeah, we see also Gonzalez quite behind him. I don't think he's gonna manage to get that P2 unless Knee makes another mistake, which is not incredibly likely, but it's not also out of the picture. So we're going to have to see how that shapes over the course of this lap.
Can I add something to that? I think Gons is also playing on a keyboard, so if he wins over Nee, who's playing on mouse, I'm not sure how Nee should take that. But as you can see, remember the Mercedes that didn't have a front wing? Now he does, and he's back at it, and he's challenging P5, who's Mr. Beast? No,
No,
it
he's
isn't.
challenging Rata in P4.
Is he? No, he's a lap down. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Moving on.
Oh,
Sorry. Massive mistake there
oh,
by me.
yeah. He's chasing down Rata in a lap behind. So
A lap
that's
behind.
interesting, funny to see. Does Chris get the fastest lap? We're going to have to put up the leaderboard to see
We will
if he
pull up the
has.
leaderboard. However, I do want to go ahead and see what mistakes those two drivers did that have got me laughing still. So as you can see, they're going at it side by side, commentating on both of them. And as they go out of that massively popular corner around Zandvoort, this is the point where I say hopefully none of those drivers end up in heartbreak. And this is the point where they both spin. It's
Yeah,
so
but not in
funny.
heartbreak.
It's so funny, and I don't know. I just did not expect that.
It's like a dance. It's choreographed. It's like they planned to do that from the very beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we head on to the final lap, we will be pulling up the leaderboard in just a little bit, just so we can see if Chris did get the fastest lap as they head through the final corners to start the final lap of this race. And it was an absolutely eventful one. However, yep, Chris has gotten the fastest lap. I'm not sure if the new set helped him get it, but he has got the fastest lap.
Yep, he has got the fastest lap. We have the final lap, and I think it's only right if Roarfer gives it to you.
Yeah, so this was a massively, massively eventful race. This was a massively eventful race on our side as well, as we tried some new things in this broadcast, and thankfully they have worked. But yeah, there you go. So we have Chris rounding up the final few couple of corners. Knee right behind him. He wasn't able to challenge this time around as well. However, he wasn't too much behind. But yeah, that was quite unfortunate for Knee and Gons as well. He gave us a nice fight. However, Chris is going to be rounding up the final corners in just a few moments as he goes through it right now. There's a lapped car in front of him. They're not fighting for anything, but through the final corner, Chris goes to round up Zandvoort in first place after an amazing show of pace yet again by Chris, and he's now leading the championship with the fastest lap of the race as well. Second is Nee, who's crossing the line 5 seconds behind the Beast. Chris, oh my gosh. Chris, I'm sorry, but yep, Nee crosses the line in second. Unfortunately, he did not challenge for the win this time around as well. In P3, we have Gons after an amazing show of pace as well. He is on keyboard from what I saw, so that was a really, really solid result for him. Up on the podium for the first time ever in the PA Community Championship. Right behind him, Mr. Ratapato. Very, very solid result. I'm sure he would have wanted better, but I think P4 is what he will take for sure. Then next up, Beast, who probably made a couple of massive mistakes as he has fallen back quite a bit. He's going to be rounding up the final few corners himself as well to take P5 if he doesn't mess up any further. And G-Force, that was such an amazing race, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Chris managed to get his home race victory, which I'm sure he'll be very pleased with for the remainder of the week, and also before the next race, which will be decided very shortly, I'm sure. But we see BCVAR crossing here, P5. We wait. I'm going to wait quite a while for Arsenal player, my bad, to cross
Cross the
the
line.
line. So while he does that, we're going to reflect over the race. It was a very nice race, I have to say. There was a lot of battling at the start and also in the middle as well between those rear wing, no rear wing cars and the no
Oops,
front wing. Oh,
there's a mistake by Arsenal. He just had a couple of more corners to go, but he just couldn't keep the car on track, unfortunately. Anyways, keep going.
yep. I think he missed having not a rear wing, a front wing for so long. He tried to do it again, but he has managed to not do that as he goes. Finally, the last corner of this race for everyone. Zandvoort wrapped up here as he crosses the line to finish in P6.
And that's done for you guys. GeForce, what should the next race be, man?
There is a lot of tracks here, and I don't play Project Apis as much as everyone should. So I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say Winford.
Winford. That's such a weird track to choose.
I know, but
Winford.
it's the only track I remember.
Okay, well, there you have it.
Oh,
Next up,
Baku. Baku's actually a good one. I've just seen.
Baku.
I think Baku.
Are you
Yeah,
are you gonna
Baku.
make your mind up, Mr. GeForce?
I'm going to make my mind up and choose Baku as the next race for round 6.
So Baku is going to be the next race for round number 6. However, this was PA Community Championship for this time around. Absolutely eventful. Thank you to all the participants that took place in this race. The championship standings are going to be in my Discord server for those of you who want to see where you stand. And massive thanks to Mr. GeForce who was alongside me to commentate us through all of this massive action. And we'll see you guys in the very next race. Again, Baku, and we'll see you there. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.